Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens alongside Brianna Albizu.
Traffic anchor Brianna Albizu. Good to be with you. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been a long time since we've both been on the Impact Show.
And just in time for all the cold weather. You've been busy.
It's been a busy forecast looking at it. You saw the intro there, that 10 TV weather impact alert, because we're going into a weekend that starts quiet on Friday, but gets really busy Saturday.
Saturday's busy, and then guys, wait till you hear about the temperatures on Sunday. Just a tease right there, but please take it away.
Lots of winter weather to get to, lots of impactful winter weather, so we want to make sure you're up to date. 10 TV weather impact alert day in place as we head into the weekend. We had some light snow out there to the south earlier today, but for the most part, this passed without major impact. That will not be the case for what comes this weekend. Heavy snow by the second half of the day Saturday. Our 10 TV weather impact alert will start around noon and then go until midnight Saturday. That's when we're expecting prolonged widespread snowfall in central Ohio. Expect travel delays to come along with this, especially as we get later into the afternoon and through pretty much all of the evening. That's when we're going to have a lot of that snow piling up out there, and it's going to be impacts for anyone that's going to be heading out onto the roads heading through this weekend. As far as the rest of your Friday goes, at least we've got some quiet time before that snow gets here. So get your chores done today. Stock up on anything you might need at home before the snow arrives this weekend, because Saturday is not going to be the day to go out, and Sunday is just going to be really, really cold. Here's the radar earlier in the day. Clear skies were moving into the region. We should see some peaks of sunshine in the afternoon. That will help boost temperatures from the 20s we saw this morning, even the teens up in Mansfield, up to a high this afternoon around the mid-30s. We're going to be talking about mostly to partly cloudy skies and a temperature that'll peak about 34 here late this afternoon before starting to fall tonight. As we head into the overnight hours, our temperatures drop down into the mid-20s. Cloudy skies kind of take back over. We could see a few flurries out there through the overnight hours, but anything that comes before noon tomorrow is just really not the main concern with weather this weekend. That'll happen after the noon hour when heavy snow moves back into central Ohio. Temperature is going to kind of top out in the low 30s, upper 20s for tomorrow. If there's one good thing to note with this snowfall, it's that it won't be especially windy out there. We're not going to talk about big swaths of blowing snow. The strong wind threat remains low throughout the event Saturday, but the snow threat and the travel impact threat remain quite high. Snowfall starts to ramp up as we head past the noon hour and continues to intensify into the late afternoon and evening. It starts to taper down after we get past about 9 o'clock, but with that snowfall compiling and sort of compounding travel impacts throughout the afternoon, I think the travel delays will slowly increase as we head through the afternoon, definitely in the evening, and linger into the overnight and possibly into early parts of Sunday as well, as crews work to get all of that snow cleared back away. During the peak of the snowfall, we could have some impacts of low visibility. I would say about mid-afternoon to mid-evening is when the visibility will be at its worst. So let's go ahead and step you through hour by hour what to expect. Early in the day, that snowfall is going to push out Friday, and then the rest of Friday looking pretty quiet. So there's nothing to be concerned about now. Again, plenty of time to get prepared for tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get you into Saturday. We see here Saturday morning before noon, a little bit of snow comes through. That may leave behind a dusting, minor accumulation, but that's not really going to be the impact portion of this storm. That will come as we push past noon with snow showers overspreading the region heading into the afternoon. This is 3 o'clock. You can see pretty much snowfall everywhere around central Ohio at this point. And look at the pattern you're seeing here on that map. We kind of go from that blue to the light to the blue to the light. What this is showing, don't get hung up on where those dark blues are at the moment. This is showing we're going to have embedded areas of heavier snow. So if you're out there driving on the road and you suddenly come across an area where the visibility drops very rapidly, that's kind of what we're looking at, the potential for out there embedded in this system. So we will see visibility impacts, and embedded in that we could see even areas of greatly reduced visibility. That snowfall continues through 6 o'clock Saturday into sundown and beyond. And here's 9 o'clock. We're still dealing with lots of snow here in central Ohio. It will start to push out as we pass the 9 o'clock hour, and you can see by midnight most all of the snow is now gone from at least about half of the 10 TV viewing area. The rest of us see the snow exit as we head into early Sunday. Maybe a few flurries linger into the day Sunday, but meaningful snowfall accumulation should be gone by this point. Of course, here's the thing we're all watching carefully is that snowfall forecast. Right now, we're calling for about 1 to 3 inches across those northern counties down to about Delaware. Once you get south of that, potential for higher snowfall starts to kick in. That's our 2 to 5 inch zone. Embedded within that, I think especially south of I-70. We could get some of those isolated areas of 6 inches or higher snowfall. That's where I would expect to see the heaviest snowfall as we head through this weekend, and definitely going to see some of those higher end impacts in the southern counties. When it comes to likelihood of accumulation, here's what we're looking at. In Columbus, an inch, very likely. 3 inches, also very likely. Up to 5, it's not impossible, but I think we start to drop pretty rapidly once we get over the 4-inch mark in terms of how much snow we would get here in the city. Not an impossibility, but less likely. Our southern counties, kind of the opposite. 3 inches, definitely looking pretty likely for you guys. 5 inches is a toss-up there. You could definitely go over that number without too much trouble if the system lines up the right way. I think seeing 6+ is a possibility in some of those southern regions. Again, we'll have to keep a close eye on that snow as we head into the weekend. Of course, with all of the snowfall, it's no surprise. We've got a 10 TV weather impact alert day in place. Second half of the day, Saturday, this is going to be the time to stay indoors, limit travel if you can. If you don't have to be on the road, stay home and just enjoy a nice day in. And you'll want to have all your shopping, all your chores, everything done even before, not just because, what I'm trying to say, of the snow, but because of what comes after it too. Brianna alluded to it a little bit ago. We go from snow to bitter cold. It's going to be 10 degrees out there Sunday morning, so you don't really want to go shopping in this anyways. It's going to be quite cold out there heading to the back half of the weekend. 18 degrees the high in the afternoon. We go to just 8 degrees out there by Monday morning. It is a bitter cold start to the school week out there, and it's the last week before Christmas break for many of those students out there. We get up to about 23 Monday afternoon. We do recover our temperatures finally to near normal by the end of the week. We get up to the 40s Wednesday, mid-40s Thursday, but then, we see the rain-snow mix come right back, and we could be heading back down by next weekend.
It's pretty funny. It's like with everything that we've been noticing right now, we have to wait for a good 44.
Yeah, a good 44. It's going to feel like a heat
And I'm
wave.
learning. I'm still kind of new to the area, and I think 44 is really cold to me, but now what we've been experiencing lately, I'm like, oh, I'll take the 44 any day.
Yeah, I was going to say 44 is normal for this time of the year. We should be like low 40s, mid 40s. Okay. So we've really been colder than average this December. We're certainly going to be this weekend.
Oh my gosh, and hey, snow is on the way, guys.
Absolutely. If all that snow on the way, City of Columbus, they've been getting ready for the weekend, and snow warriors, they're keeping an eye on the roads as well.
And as for what you can do, the city's Department of Public Service says to slow down, leave early for your appointments, destinations, so that you can take your time. Also remember, don't crowd the plow. You have to stay at least 100 feet behind snow equipment because it is so heavy and hard for crews to actually stop. And in Chillicothe, just in time, there's a new salt storage facility now open. The city says the facility was built from Ohio EPA grant funding to support safer winter operations, and crews are already putting it to very good use. And hey, it's not just the snow on the way this weekend, but some, as you said, bitter cold air to follow. And it may have you concerned about your energy use during all this winter weather.
Absolutely. I know those furnaces are going to be running this weekend. Chris Schaefer reports from Minneapolis where they're getting even colder weather this weekend. The steps that their crews are taking to make sure that people at home stay safe and stay warm.
Temperatures will drop below zero this weekend with wind chills 30 below in the metro area and 40 below in northwest Minnesota.
When it's cold out, people are turning on their furnaces. They're using nice warm showers, so their water heater's kicking up.
Those extreme low temperatures will push heating systems to the edge. That's why CenterPoint Energy crews are on alert and prepared.
We store fuel ahead of the winter heating season, so propane, natural gas, liquefied natural gas. that we're able to use to increase the supply in our system.
CenterPoint is adding extra staff and will be monitoring natural gas lines.
We have our operational staff in place. We have a cold weather action plan in place.
But even the most prepared utility companies can't stop a furnace from struggling.
When you take the door off, you're going to have a door switch.
That's where technicians like Chad Needham from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning come in.
Once we're around zero, we start to see temperature problems happen, primarily due to the fact that the equipment runs longer.
Needham says to keep an eye on thermostats as it may be a warning sign of failing heating.
So you're asking for 70 degrees. If it's 66 degrees and it seems to have been running constantly or on for hours, you're still nowhere near there, that's a warning sign.
Homeowners can also get ahead of the cold by replacing old air filters.
What it does is it keeps particles out of the furnace, but if the air slows down inside the furnace is going to start to think it's too hot and it's dangerous to operate, so it's going to shut itself off.
With photojournalist Ray Campos, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
And the winter weather doesn't mean all bad news. In fact, happening today, Mad River Mountain is officially opening. Here's a live look from the resort on this Friday morning. This is the main lodge camera. You can see the slopes are ready to go thanks to expert snowmakers and Mother Nature. According to resort staff, Mad River Mountain officially opens for the season at 3 o'clock. Very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, if you are hitting the slopes out there, be careful, especially if you're a beginner. The National Safety Council says the first-time skiers should go through a training program, and even some experienced skiers, they may want a refresher.
Also, of course, make sure you have the proper gear. You should always wear helmets. And last but not least, you should check the weather. Of course, check in with Michael and our weather team before you make your plans, and you'll definitely want to do that tomorrow as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're going to get some help from Mother Nature with that snowfall heading into the winter season. You know, despite all the snow on the way, it is still the season for getting out and enjoying some family-friendly events. And, well, despite the snow, this weekend's no exception.
It's really exciting to hear just a few of the activities happening in Columbus over the next few days.
It wouldn't be the holiday season without the Nutcracker. The classical ballet performance is back at the Ohio Theater, taking audiences on a whimsical journey. If you can't make it this weekend, don't worry. There are multiple performances through the end of December. Tickets for the Nutcracker start at around $42. If you're more interested in live music than dance, don't miss the 3rd annual Verge Fest, featuring artists from the Better Together Music Incubator. All of this year's performers call Columbus home and are advancing their careers right here in Central Ohio. Doors open at 5:30 Saturday evening for the free mini festival at A&R Music Bar. Also this weekend, head to downtown Columbus for Wander Lights, a display you really have to see to believe.
Thanks to American Electric Power, there's more than 500,000 lights to see. It's really a choose your own adventure, grab a bite to eat downtown and soak it all in. It goes from Columbus Commons down to West Town Street to the riverfront. There's a little something to see along the whole way.
The display is up through mid-February, but this weekend is Wander Nights at Wander Lights, an ultra-festive holiday activity perfect for a family outing.
And it's kind of where we turn up the volume with some free programming. So instead of just seeing lights, you'll see the lights plus a lot of other amazing festive activities. So we've got free hot chocolate, a shoppable local market, live music, free carousel spins, visits with Santa, fire pit, seasonal bar, lots of things to do and see during those Wonder Nights.
Wander Nights at Wander Lights is happening this weekend and next from 5 to 8 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Some good music right there. Sticking with the winter theme, it is the season of giving, and this afternoon, Norwich Township Fire is asking for your help.
Yeah, they need that help to replace thousands of presents that were damaged in a major sewage leak at Fire Station 83. The fire department had to throw away the gifts. That it collects those ones that were damaged, that is. They collect gifts for 1,000 families every Christmas.
A program that's near and dear to our hearts to be able to serve these kids every holiday season. So when we came down and saw the literal mess that we had with the toys that folks had generously donated to us, really heartbroken is the best word for that.
Norwich Township Fire hopes to replace these gifts by Monday, the deadline to start delivering presents, but it will accept donations through Christmas to make sure kids have something to open for the holiday.
Let's help
The
them.
doorbell has rang basically nonstop with folks dropping off toys, and we certainly appreciate all of those efforts.
Yeah, we really need to help them out too, because that's awful news to hear. The department is asking for new unwrapped gifts for children of all ages and says the community has already stepped up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see the community stepping up to help out those kids. And
important.
Yeah, you know, Hilliard City Schools, they also wanted to help out, stepping in to help the fire department restock. The district is also asking for your help.
You can actually go through a drive-through drop-off at the hub on Main Street that runs from 11 to 1 tomorrow. And remember, you can also drop gifts off at any Norwich Township Fire Station or the Hilliard Food Pantry.
And also this afternoon, a heads up for teachers or any parents who homeschooled. Library is getting ready for winter with a reading challenge. It starts in January. Students can read alone or with the group to earn prizes like stickers, bags, and books, all for reading 15 minutes a day. The challenge runs January 5th through February 27th. You can reach out to the library for more info.
And one more thing to know this holiday season, we need your help fighting hunger across Central Ohio. 10 TV is teaming up with the Mid-Ohio Food Collective and several community sponsors for our new initiative, Fill the Truck, Feed the Kids. Every dollar helps support meals for those who need them most. Just text the word FEED to 614-460-3345. You can see it right here on your screen. You'll get a link right to your phone as well.
Moving on from our winter weather, we want to make sure to take a moment to tell you about some historic flooding impacting the Northwest. This is drone video from Sumas, Washington, showing floodwaters that have impacted a town there. The video was provided by Timothy Edmonds. You can see just how much water has been piling up with rain coming down this week, and well, those water levels, they're still rising.
And to put the Pacific Northwest floods in perspective, just think of the average ceiling in a house. The water in Sumas, Washington, near Vancouver, actually rose higher than that in some areas as well. The rain is actually finally letting up in the region, thankfully, but some rivers are still rising, as Amy Kiley reports.
The situation is potentially catastrophic.
Forecasters warn historic floods in Washington state could be deadly if people don't stick to evacuation orders. They say rivers have continued to rise, flooding homes and businesses. This rescue video is from the Snohomish River outside Seattle. The Skagit River is threatening populated areas farther north.
As long as we've been recording the river, it's never gone this high in those areas. So we're deeply concerned.
Officials say if levees fail, the property damage could be immense.
If the levees hold, which at this point in time they're solid, not saturated, we'll be okay. If they let go, the losses can be in the hundreds of millions.
Meanwhile, south of Seattle,
it probably won't help much, but every little bit.
This man says he helped evacuate an RV park when the Cowlitz River rose.
There was no water, and the second trip he stepped into the water, and then I come down in there and we loaded him out and got him out of there.
In other places across the state,
It's a dangerous situation.
more communities are grappling with high water.
It's sad to see that people's homes are filled with water and potentially have to move out and start again.
Officials hope various flood control efforts keep up and keep people safe.
Folks are scared right now, and there's good reason to be scared because, these rivers, we do multiple swiftwater rescues a year that can be very dangerous.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
And finally today, it's time to check out some new video into us here at 10 TV.
Yeah, Chicago is sparkling once again as the holiday season paints the city in festive charm. Take a look here from twinkling streets downtown to classic winter traditions. The Windy City transforms into a true winter wonderland on one that feels straight out of a snow globe too. For example, at Wrigley Field, the Chris Kindle Market brought a bit of old world holiday magic to Chicago's north side. They had ornaments, they had hot chocolate, drawing in crowds definitely out there, still embracing that bitter cold. But I know I went to a Chris Kindle Market in Denver.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, guys. If you can, go check it out.
They
anywhere.
They usually have the hot wine there too, that Grew wine.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried that one.
Really good.
And
on
apple
a cold
cider
day.
too. I can just give me an apple cider, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's just beautiful views there around Chicago. It's
Really
all
is.
decked out for the holidays.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely gorgeous. And speaking of decked out for the holidays, every December, Santa Claus opens the door of his cozy North Pole cabin on Zillow, so families everywhere can share in a little holiday magic. This year he's gone all in decorating for his off-the-market home. I suppose you can't buy it yourself. Unveiling 5 delightful new looks for his home that invite kids and grown-ups alike to explore. You can play in different rooms, from candy-striped gingerbread houses to making it over with tinsel and all kinds of stuff out there. Lots of features online if you're to go visit the house.
I mean, a kid's dream, would you not think? I mean, It looks pretty well decorated, too. That's pretty impressive.
I was going to say, there's lots of different sites there to see your imagination take shape in Santa's house. And look at those Christmas lights on the outside.
I mean, I think that's a great experience.
Absolutely
Let's
beautiful.
just book that on Zillow right now.
I say we're going to have houses looking like that on Zillow here
That's
in Ohio.
true. We don't have to go far for that. That's a good point.
Yeah, we are looking at that heavy snowfall again this weekend. 5 inches possible here in Columbus, not out of the ordinary. We're kind of in that 2 to 5 zone, but it could go higher. So we're going to keep you up to date all weekend long as we head toward that 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Day. Coming up later tonight here on 10 TV, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz. He'll be in 5, 6, 11, 4, throughout the rest of the evening, online all the time. He's here. He's going to keep you up to date with the latest, and I'll be back, of course, this weekend. Until then, you catch more news and weather online, 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.